Finally, it's time for our Super Bowl commercial kickoff. All week long, we've been giving you a sneak peek at some of the biggest ads for the big game. This morning, we have a first look at Nissan's spot featuring their all-new Nissan Z and Emmy winner Eugene Levy. So let's take a look.
Nice ride.
Want to give it a spin?
Coffee's enough excitement for me.
Come on.
Catherine?
What the?
Hey, all right.
Is that?
Eugene Levy? Eugene.
Where is he? Where are you?
Be there in 2 seconds. Well, cock-a-doodle-doo.
Oh, I love McCall's belly laugh. Seal of approval right there. It's got a great cast. Check it out.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Part of the fun of the Super Bowl is the commercials, and only E.T. can take you on the set of Eugene Levy's very first supersized spot.
Evil laugh? I'm supposed to turn into a super action hero. I think I'm a good actor, but I didn't think I was that good. All the stuff I'm doing in the car is, against a green screen. That's where the acting comes in. Well, cock-a-doodle-doo.
Eugene sheds his nerdy image for something a bit tougher in this Super Bowl spot for Nissan, and he turns a few celeb heads in the process.
Is that?
Eugene Levy? Eugene.
I think the stuff we're doing is kind of funny as well. It's that combination that makes for a great Super Bowl commercial. Catherine?
What the?
Yep, that's a blink and you'll miss it cameo from his Schitt's Creek co-star, Catherine O'Hara. So what advice did he get from his son?
He said, don't forget to just be yourself. Oh, wait, not in this one.
I can't wait for everyone to see this Nissan commercial. It's going to be great. It's with us.
Our Terry Seymour is exclusively behind the scenes of the mini action-packed ad with Brie Larson's fellow Avengers, Dave Bautista, Danai Gurira, and Schitt's Creek patriarch Eugene Levy.
Nice ride.
Want to give it a spin?
Is this just another day at the office for you three?
I mean, I've never been in a Super Bowl commercial, but this kind of takes it in a new direction.
Is that? Eugene Levy? Eugene.
And then you have the incredible Eugene come in. Where are you?
Be there in 2 seconds.
I keep telling him that he's going to be the next star of the Fast and Furious franchise. He's going to...
So tonight he transforms, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, we're trying to figure out, like, what's the secret sauce? What do we need? There's someone missing. And he's the guy, and he's the guy who makes the film a massive success.
Where are you?
Be there in 2 seconds. Well, cock-a-doodle-doo.
This commercial leads me to ask, the game or the commercials?
It's the whole thing. For a while, I had a hard time understanding. I've learned football a lot over the last 2 years, but before that, it was strictly commercials and chips. I love commercials.
I do watch the Super Bowl, but really for the commercials. I watch it for the commercials. I watch it for the socialization. I can get into it. I can get into it. I remember a few years ago, I really got it. It just happens. You just suddenly you want this particular team to win, even if you walked in neutral and you just came for the snacks and the commercials.
I'm usually there for the
But
snacks.
then suddenly you're in it and you're screaming at folks and you don't even know what an interception is.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter because you're there.
Dave, how about you?
Entertainment, yeah. I watch for the commercials. I watch for a halftime show. You would look at me and think, like, Jock, he probably sits down every Sunday, Monday night, watches football. Nope. I would rather go to a Broadway show. I'm not, just not, it's a social thing for me. It's American tradition, and I will sit down and stuff my face full of vegan nachos. But
You guys need to have a party when your commercial's airing.
I want some chips.
Yeah, I want some nachos.
I'll throw down on some vegan chili cheese nachos.
I'll drive. Shotgun.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, February 9th. It's 5 a.m. here in New York. Thanks so much for getting an early start with us. I'm Laura Jarrett.
And I'm Christine Romans. Welcome to our viewers in the United States and around the world.
Picture this, Eugene Levy, action star. The Super Bowl commercials you don't have to wait for. We have them.
Watch the coffee.
CNN's Chloe Molas joins us with the stars making cameos in commercials this year. Laura's favorite is action star Eugene Levy. Look at this one.
I love him.
Well, cock-a-doodle-doo. Send him. Watch the coffee.
I'll drive.
Shotgun. Very clever.
So, he's come a long way from Johnny Rose.
I know. Well, Eugene Levy rose to fame on Schitt's Creek, and now he's in this, commercial with Captain Marvel herself, Brie Larson, for the new Nissan car. And they say that it's all about superhero energy this year for their new car. And again, I think there's a lot of creativity going into these commercials.
Now, advertising is a crucial part of any business. After all, if the public don't know what you're selling, they're probably not going to buy it. But it can also be pretty expensive. In fact, it's $7 million for a 30-second advert on US TV. That's what many companies are prepared to pay to advertise at this year's Super Bowl. It takes place in Los Angeles. It is the biggest game in the American football calendar. It takes place between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams, taking place on Sunday, and could draw more than 100 million sets of eyes. Well, let's speak now to Alison Witherspoon, who is Nissan's head of marketing in the US and joins us now from Nashville. Alison, good to see you. Welcome to World Business Report. I'm looking at some of these numbers. So $7 million for a 30-second advert is what you're prepared to pay. Why?
Obviously, advertising in the Super Bowl is a very considered investment. I think there is no other platform in the United States that has that amount of reach, and it is such a cultural moment. Consumers and viewers are engaged, you have a captive audience, and they're interested in watching the ads. And that, for me, is why this is a very important investment for us, especially this year.
And talk to me, just quickly, I've said $7 million for 30 seconds. I believe your ad is a minute, is that right?
That is correct.
So you're paying 14 million bucks.
We don't disclose the amount, but it is not that amount.
Pretty pricey.
We're very good negotiators.
Pretty pricey nonetheless. I mean, look, it's interesting. And the reason that we want to talk to you about this is because loads of firms now are putting all their ad spend online. They're thinking of doing it in different ways, particularly things like social and influencers. You're relying on a traditional old-fashioned TV ad to get those eyeballs.
So I think anyone that advertises in the Super Bowl knows this. It's not just about that day. It's not just about game day. It's actually about all of the other ways that you're engaging with the audience. And a lot of that is also using digital influencers, a lot of social media. So there is a factor of the traditional linear TV advertising. But if you're going to be successful in the Super Bowl, you also need to surround it and amplify it through your digital channels, through social media, and through influencers.
Well, good luck spending all that money this weekend. We'll be watching. Alison, thanks for being with us on World Business Report. That's Alison Witherspoon there, Chief Marketing Officer at Nissan.
The upcoming Super Bowl ad that Nissan is putting forward, stressing the gasoline-powered thrills of its latest Z or Z sports car. It's the first time the company's run a commercial during America's biggest sporting event for some 7 years. And it picked a good time. TV ratings for American football are heavily higher. And a 30-second spot for the game sold for $7 million, up more than $1 million. Nissan's ad's a minute long, but it looks like a star-studded blockbuster.
Eugene.
Where is he? Where are you?
Be there in 2 seconds.
All right. Alison Witherspoon is the Chief Marketing Officer for Nissan US. I'm just going to trust my luck on this first question. The advert it's a 60-second advert, so that will have cost you maybe, I don't know, 12 million, give or take. But you had to make the commercial. What is the budget? If you added everything, including the coffee served, what was the budget for Super Bowl ad?
We don't disclose the actual cost of either the production or the media, but I can tell you it is a very considered investment, obviously. And it's not something that at Nissan that we go into or we take that very lightly. And so that is the reason why, you know, when we go into the Super Bowl, we want it to be with a purpose. And that's why we haven't been there for 7 years. We want to make sure that we have the right story to tell. We have the right products that we can be able to promote. And we feel that we have that this year.
Right, but I mean, when you go to the CEO and you say, right, look, thinking of spending my number, not yours, I'll absolve you from that. We're thinking of spending up to 20 million or 50 million, whatever it is, on this. We think it's good. It'll get us some publicity. That nice chap Quest on CNN will do an interview with us. I mean, what is your rationale for doing it? Why do you do this particular high-profile event?
Well, obviously it's for this interview, but second to that, I think for this year, there were really three main reasons why we wanted to take on that considerable investment. And the first one is that at Nissan, we have been investing in the brand in the US over the last year, and we have been running a year-long brand campaign. So we felt like this was a nice amplification moment for that. The second one is that we are on a massive product transformation that you've seen over the last couple of years, and we have one of the freshest lineups in the automotive industry. And the third one is that in 2022, 2022, we're going to be releasing two amazing vehicles. They are behind me. This is the model year 2023 all-new Nissan Z and the all-new Nissan Ariya.
So, well, they look gorgeous, the vehicles behind you.
You can have both.
I think you stumped me on that one. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, I guess if you can afford to do an advert at that sort of cost, good luck with the Super Bowl ad. I think it's amazing when people do these sort of events. For better or worse, richer or poorer, it gets us all talking and makes us all feel a lot better. Thank you for joining us.
Nissan returns to the Super Bowl with a 60-second thrill driver ad featuring two new 2023 models. Joining me right now to tell us about their plans at the Super Bowl is the Chief Marketing Officer of Nissan, Allison Witherspoon. Allison, thanks very much for being here. You've got the largest audience right there watching the game, so it's a great time to be marketing. Tell us why you chose to be there again and your thoughts on the increase in pricing.
Sure. I think obviously advertising in the Super Bowl is a very considered investment. And historically, Nissan, we don't advertise every single year. The last time we did actually was 2015. The reason why we chose this year was really because we've been on a very strong transformation overall as a company, along with our product lineup. So we've had a massive product transformation, and we're also getting ready to launch two new vehicles in 2022, the all-new Nissan Z and the all-new all-electric Nissan Ariya. And so we felt this year was the perfect year in order to launch those stories, as well as following up on the momentum that we've been having investing in our brand over the last year. So we felt like this year was the right year. We had the right story to tell. We have amazing product, and we've been gaining a lot of momentum with the brand.
So what are the commercials that you can tell us about that you will be debuting in this year's big game?
So we will be debuting Thrill Driver. We've actually already revealed it. It's a 60-second spot, and it's a story about transformation and how one drive in a Nissan can change everything. We have a lot of celebrity talent. We have our brand ambassador with Brie Larson. She makes an appearance in it. We also have Eugene Levy that's starring in it. We have Danai Gurira. We also have Dave Bautista. And then we even have a special cameo appearance from Catherine O'Hara.
And has it been worth it in the past, Allison, in terms of advertising on this big audience over and over again every year? Tell us about the returns that you've seen at Nissan as a result of this kind of marketing.
Yeah, usually you do see a very strong return. You see stronger returns than what you generally see with your regular linear TV investment. You have the largest audience. I think the key to really capitalize on a Super Bowl spot is actually the story that you're going to tell, and what are the vehicles that you're going to be focusing on, and how do you tell that story. It is a massive platform. You have a very engaged audience, but you also have a very critical audience, and they are interested in watching the advertising. So you have to make sure that you entertain them.
Yeah, well, Allison, we so appreciate you joining us. We'll be watching. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Maria.
Nice ride.
Want to give it a spin?
Coffee's enough excitement for me.
Come on.
Very nice. Catherine?
What the? All right.
Is that Eugene Levy? Eugene.
All right, that's a taste of Nissan's 60-second spot airing in the fourth quarter of Sunday's Super Bowl between the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. And as you can see, it is packed with celebrities. Joining us now is Allison Witherspoon, Chief Marketing Officer at Nissan US. Allison, thanks so much for joining us. I see you have the car behind you. This is Nissan's first Super Bowl ad since 2015. So why was now the right time to come back?
For us, obviously, advertising in the Super Bowl is a considered investment. And so Nissan doesn't go into the Super Bowl and advertise every year. What I was looking for in evaluating it this year was, one, we have been investing in the brand over the last year, and we've been running a year-long brand campaign. The second piece of it was really about the product transformation that we've been on over the last couple of years. And the third one is that we have some exciting new products, and you mentioned them, they're right behind me. In 2022, we're going to be launching the all-new Nissan Z and the all-new, all-electric Nissan Ariya. So we felt that all three of these things combined gave us a really good opportunity to tell our story through the Super Bowl platform.
There are some companies now that are paying up to $7 million for this Super Bowl for a 30-second shot. You're taking a 60-second ad. There is so much pressure to deliver, and I'm wondering, is a return on investment worth it all? Or is it just about getting the buzz?
I think it's obviously, in order to make this type of investment, you do have to be confident that there is going to be a return on that investment. When we go in and evaluate it, one, we're looking at, can we actually have a strong story that we can tell in the Super Bowl? And that's going to be really around our brand and the products that we have coming out. And the second one really is going to be about the efficiency of it. So we do an ROI investment. We did see that this was going to be positive for us this year. And then it's about proceeding. We have a very strong measurement framework that we have in place to determine whether or not this is going to be a success. It's going to be about measuring demand that the campaign delivers, as well as the return on the objective. Is it moving the needle when it comes to the brand metrics? And then obviously the return on the total investment.
Allison, it's really important to make sure you capture the right ad, right? So people are talking about it the next day for all the right reasons. So talk about some of the trends and some of the creative concept and thought process that went into developing this particular ad.
So what we were really looking for is we wanted to tell and talk about our transformation story and how one drive can change everything. And we knew that we wanted to talk about our all-new Nissan Z and our all-new Nissan Ariya. And from there, we also knew that humor works very well in the Super Bowl. And humor, it's not just a linear path. You have to find the right type of balance with that. You have to find the right type of tone. But we knew that we wanted to tell a more comedic, lighthearted story as well. And so the concepts came from there. It really started with talking about a transformation. We couldn't think of anyone better than Eugene Levy, who is a beloved character, and actually showing him in a way that's unexpected, that people haven't seen from him before, to help us tell that story.
Anytime you can get Eugene Levy into something, it's a positive. Allison Witherspoon, Chief Marketing Officer at Nissan US. Thanks so much.
Allison, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Can you just talk about how this concept was developed?
Sure, absolutely. When we thought about going into the Super Bowl, what we really wanted to make sure that we got across to viewers was really our transformation as a company, and also how one drive in a Nissan can change everything. And so we wanted to tell that. We thought we have amazing new models that are going to be coming out this year, our model year 2023 Nissan Z, as well as our all-electric 2023 Nissan Ariya. And so we wanted to feature these vehicles and help us, and have those vehicles help us to tell this transformation story.
You know, this is Nissan's first Super Bowl ad since about 2015, so I imagine the timing is pretty strategic here. Why was then, right now the time for the company to kind of get back in the big game and to be a part of the big game?
Yeah, exactly. To actually advertise in the Super Bowl, it's a very considered purchase. It's a very considered investment. When we were looking at whether or not we should advertise in the Super Bowl this year, we thought about, we have been investing in our brand over the last year and really focusing on building our brand. We've been running a year-long brand campaign. We've also been on a massive product transformation, and the all-new Nissan Z and the all-electric, all-new Nissan Ariya are just two examples of that, which will be launching this year. So we felt that we had the right momentum, we have the right product, and we had the right type of transformation story that could really bring this creative and this message to life.
You know, speaking of this message is, you know, bigger than this just 60-second spot. Nissan, we understand, rolling out kind of even more content the days leading up to the game. Can you just talk about the importance of this kind of like multi-pronged 360-degree campaign?
Sure, absolutely. I think, you know, if you advertise in the Super Bowl, it's not just about the game day. You need to be amplifying your content as an advertiser to make sure that you're able to see these messages. And so it's really important. Obviously, having multiple screens while you're watching is important. So you need to make sure that you have content that's in social media and digital media, but also it's about leading up to it. And I think this creative concept lended itself very nicely to start to tease it a couple of weeks before the actual big game, with teasers that look like movie trailers, and to get people interested in what the concept was and get them to look for more. And we definitely saw that when we looked at the data and all the viewers that were viewing this content on our Nissan USA channels.
Yeah, as you're talking, I'm watching the commercial itself, and it really does look like a movie trailer. You have some action-packed stuff there happening. Congratulations on the success. I'm excited to kind of watch the commercial during the Super Bowl, just getting a glimpse of it there a little while ago. Appreciate everything. Allison Witherspoon, Nissan's Chief Marketing Officer.
Watch the coffee.
It's almost Super Bowl Sunday. Joining me to discuss the Super Bowl and the state of advertising is Allison Witherspoon, CMO of Nissan. So Allison, how does a brand determine when to buy a Super Bowl ad?
Yeah, this is a great question. I think for Nissan, the last time we were in the Super Bowl was actually 2015. So it isn't something that we do every year. When I was evaluating whether or not to do it this year, there were a few things that I wanted to really consider. I think the first one was, are we going to have a strong message? And I think for us, we've been really investing in the brand over the last year and running a brand campaign, you know, for the over 12 months. And so we knew that we were starting to get some strong brand momentum. We've also been on a massive product transformation, and we have one of the freshest lineups in the automotive industry. And the other thing was, coming out in 2022, we have great new product that's going to be launching, and that's with the all-new Nissan Z and the all-new Nissan Ariya. So all of those things combined gave me a lot of confidence that this was the right year for Nissan to return to the Super Bowl.
And what does that planning process look like for you guys? When do you decide that you want to take out an ad? I know that, for example, they're already sold out this year. And what does the planning process look like?
The planning process obviously starts early. We decided to go into the Super Bowl and be an advertiser over the summer. And so, you know, we wanted to make sure that we went in, we purchased our actual spot, and then we started the planning and really understanding what is it that we want to communicate. We knew that we wanted to tell a Nissan A to Z story with our all-new Z and our all-new Ariya. And then it's going from there. And we really landed on this transformation story. And how one drive can change everything. And then from there, then you start to get into the different creative concepts. We landed on the creative concept that we moved forward with around the September timeframe. And then we went through kind of some revisions. We went through consumer testing. And then we finally shot this in early December, and to have it all ready to go for Super Bowl Sunday.
Thanks so much for inviting us in on this Wednesday. Just ahead, the potential power of a Super Bowl spot.
Advertising in the Super Bowl is a very considered investment.
That's Allison Witherspoon, Chief Marketing Officer at Nissan US. The next-gen Z sports car receives top billing in the brand's Super Bowl spot this year, and the marque's new electric crossover, the Ariya, makes a cameo in the ad. It is the Nissan brand's first Super Bowl commercial since 2015. Witherspoon says the spot helps tell Nissan's, quote, A to Z story. This as the company retools much of its lineup. Witherspoon says a strong showing on game day can jumpstart shoppers and dealers.
So having a successful Super Bowl commercial can gain a lot of momentum internally at any company, for us at Nissan, with our dealer network, and with consumers. When you're a part of culture like the Super Bowl is a major platform and cultural platform in the US. When you're able to really tap into audiences, you can feel that energy everywhere across your dealers, employees, and across the consumer base.
Of course, the game is the main attraction, but there is also attention to what goes on during breaks in the action. NBC's Jennifer Bjorklund is outside SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California with that.
Nissan off the Super Bowl ad sidelines and selling with laughs.
Looking at the data, what performs well in Super Bowl historically is really when you have a comedic tone to it.
Well, cock-a-doodle-doo.
And hoping the happy impression sticks for months to come.
Watch the coffee.
News 4 Midday starts now.
A live look now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California this midday. Super Bowl Sunday is just 2 days away, and the Bengals and the Rams are ready, but there's also attention to what goes on during breaks in the action. Jennifer Bjorklund has a look at all of the game day preparations.
Nissan off the Super Bowl ad sidelines and selling with laughs.
Looking at the data, what performs well in Super Bowl historically is really when you have a comedic tone to it.
Well, cock-a-doodle-doo.
And hoping the happy impression sticks for months to come.
Watch the coffee.
We're taking a sneak peek of the latest Super Bowl commercial. Yeah, it's already making touchdowns for its star-studded cast. Take a look.
Very nice. Catherine?
What the?
Schitt's Creek fans who've longed for another glimpse of the Rose family ever since the beloved series wrapped up in 2020 are getting the next best thing. Eugene Levy, and the actor and comedy legend who brought Johnny Rose to life for 6 seasons, is returning to the small screen for his first ever Super Bowl ad, and this is for Nissan. He's joined by fellow series alum Catherine O'Hara, as well as Brie Larson, David Bautista, and Denai Guerrero.
Watch the coffee.
Look at him. Looks like the hair. Oh my gosh. Oh God. Look at that. I love it. Eugene Levy, you serve him up and we'll take it anyway. He's so funny, so good.
In today's On the Red Carpet Report, a look at some of the commercials you will be seeing during the Super Bowl.
Brie Larson, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, and more. Buckle up for an ad for Nissan.
Well, cock-a-doodle-doo. Send it. Watch the coffee.
There are, of course, always surprises with these commercials that you'll see on Sunday. Good enough that we'll be talking about them on Monday. Live from home, George Pinocchio, ABC 7 Eyewitness News. David, Colleen, back to you.
It's just the best combination.
The Super Bowl is this weekend, if you don't know that. And you know what that means. All new star-studded commercials.
That's one of my favorite parts, too. It's like I'm glued to the screen.
Oh, you know it.
Entertainment Tonight's Nichelle Turner has a sneak peek.
Morning, DeMarco and Suzanne. We're with Eugene Levy as he gets in the driver's seat for a role that pairs him with some stars of the Marvel Universe.
Evil laugh. I'm supposed to turn into a super action hero. I think I'm a good actor, but I didn't think I was that good.
Well, cock-a-doodle-doo.
Eugene sheds his nerdy image for something a bit tougher in this Super Bowl spot for Nissan, and he turns a few celeb heads in the process.
Is that Eugene Levy?
Eugene. I think the stuff we're doing is kind of funny as well. It's that combination that makes for a great Super Bowl commercial.
Catherine?
What the?
Yep, that's a blink and you'll miss it cameo from his Schitt's Creek co-star Catherine O'Hara.
He looks good, Suzanne.
He looks so incredible. It's his shows, and also, I mean, his history with Best in Show, A Mighty Wind. He's so generous and loving and supportive of his son, Daniel, and his whole cast from Schitt's Creek.
We know how you feel. You good?
Obsessed.
You get it all out?
Obsessed.
All right. We got a show to do, Fred.
The Super Bowl is tomorrow, and you know what that means, right? All those new star-studded commercials. Entertainment Tonight's Nichelle Turner joins us now with a sneak peek at one of those commercials. Nichelle.
Suzanne, we're with Eugene Levy as he gets in the driver's seat for a role that pairs him with some stars of the Marvel Universe.
People laugh. I'm supposed to turn into a super action hero. I think I'm a good actor, but I didn't think I was that good.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Eugene sheds his nerdy image for something a bit tougher in this Super Bowl spot for Nissan, and he turns a few celeb heads in the process.
Is that Eugene Levy? Eugene.
I think the stuff we're doing is kind of funny as well. It's that combination that makes for a great Super Bowl commercial.
Catherine?
What the?
Yep, that's a blink and you'll miss it cameo from his Schitt's Creek co-star Catherine O'Hara.
This is Fox 9 Morning News.
Super Bowl Sunday is just over a week away, and while viewers are hoping for a big game, companies are hoping for big numbers, certainly, of viewers.
Yes, they are. And that's because ad time during the Super Bowl can be the most expensive of the entire year. And this year could set a record. Dawn Stevens joined us now with she's got a little preview of this year's Super Bowl commercials.
Good morning. Yeah, so this year's Super Bowl spots are sold out with multiple 30-second slots reportedly fetching a record $7 million. And companies are banking on the power of celebrities to make a big impression in a short amount of time. Eugene Levy and several Marvel stars go big behind the wheel of a Nissan.
Thanks for watching Arizona's Family.
We know companies are shelling out big bucks to feature A-list celebrities in their commercials set to air during Super Bowl 56. Eugene Levy racing Catherine O'Hara as the comedic actor takes a spin in an action movie. Lots of good commercials, and arguably sometimes the best part of the Super Bowl
You watch
is
the game.
watching the commercials.
Yes.
The morning show continues.
The Super Bowl commercials starting to be released. So we've got one from Nissan. It stars Eugene Levy and Brie Larson. The price for a Super Bowl commercial this year has risen by more than $1 million. So this year, a 30-second commercial is $6.5 million. Live from New York, I'm Jane King.